Great Ben here, and welcome to another Revice review. Something to address before we get into the episode. Kamen Rider Revice is an anniversary season, so that means that most of the forums will be based on a past writer. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now onto the video. The episode starts with George and Hiromi. Oh, Hiromi? He's the one who accidentally made Varex dead man. Anyway, Hiromi thinks having Iki use the Revice system is a bad idea, but then Yujiro Wakabayashi comes in to settle this debate. How, you ask? Simple, by demoting Hiromi. And then Wakabayashi tells Daiji to establish a contract with Iki. We then cut away to a rude golf player and his caddy. After the golf player fires his caddy over nothing, Oteka appears and gives the caddy the Kamiki Vice stamp. Kamiki means mantis in Japanese, by the way. And he uses it to summon the Mantis Dead Man. Then we cut away to Daiji trying to convince Iki to sign the contract with Phoenix. But then their father tells Daiji that there's a dead man at the Kakehashi golf course. Once Iki, Vice, and Daiji get there, Iki henshins into his base form. Vice rushes ahead and attacks the dead man and thinks he beat it, but he is dead wrong. After messing with Iki for a bit, he sees Daiji and decides it's chow time. But Daiji dodges and throws Iki the Eagle Vice stamp, and Iki switches into his eagle form.
Araburu, Takaburu, Sora, kake, meguru. Omae no hane kazoero.
The eagle form is based off of Kamen Rider W. After transforming, Iki decides to give Vice a little beating after he tried to eat Daiji, but Vice dodges and accidentally causes a remix.
Remix! Body up! Shitsatsu miracle guru guru.
After fighting in this form for a bit, they defeat the Kamiki dead man, but for some dumb reason, Daiji forgets to get the Kamiki Vice stamp. But for another unknown reason, Vice goes to the rude golf player, but Iki calls him back by untransforming. Going back to normal? Whatever. After the battle, they go to visit their mom, and she gives Iki some helpful advice. We cut to the villains, and we see Aguilera having an existential crisis, but then Oteka walks in with a rude golf player, and they give him the Megalodon Vice stamp. Then it's revealed that the reason Vice was approaching the golf player was because he told him about the dead mans. After learning this, Iki decides to transform and fight Vice. Daiji comes into the room and tells Iki that there's another dead man attacking the golf course. When they get on the scene, Iki tells Vice that he refuses to use the Revice driver unless Vice listens to him. Vice agrees, and they transform into their base form. Iki and Vice learn that the Owen Buster 50 is a gun and an axe at the same time. You just have to switch how you're holding it. To finish off the dead mans, they decide to use the Rex remix form. After they defeat the dead man, Daiji takes the Megalon Vice stamp this time. Who knows? He better take the Vice stamps in the future. Someone has to. And with the updated stamp rally, the episode ends. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I personally really enjoyed how that one played out, and I like how Iki used Vice in... Well, he didn't use him, he just... Yeah, whatever. I'll see you in the next Revice review on Monday. See ya!